Hey, it's Gabe with API Nation. Today I'm going to show you how you can sync Google Contacts to ActiveCampaign. So all those contacts you have in your phone, all those contacts you have in Gmail can automatically get sent into ActiveCampaign. You can put them on email automations without having to hop in there and save yourself a bunch of time. Super easy to set this up. Let me show you how. So the first thing you're going to want to do is go to Google Contacts and create a label called ActiveCampaign. This is actually optional. You can sync everybody from Google Contacts, but I usually like to do this just so I have a little bit more control over exactly who gets sent into Google Contacts. So first you're gonna create that label ActiveCampaign, and this will just make it so anybody you label with ActiveCampaign in your contacts, in your phone, in your Gmail, will automatically get synced into ActiveCampaign. So now we are gonna go to API Nation to set up that sync. So go to apination.com, you can click on Discover Connections. You're gonna see a ton of different apps here, marketing apps, productivity apps, some real estate apps. I'm gonna scroll down until I get to Google Contacts here, but if you see any other apps you wanna use, click through those and set up some automations for them as well. So there's Google Contacts. These are all the apps I can share contacts with for Google Contacts. You can see ActiveCampaign is up at the top, so I'm gonna click on that. And here you can see there is the sync available, Google Contacts right into ActiveCampaign. I can just send people right from my phone, right from Gmail into ActiveCampaign automation. So I'm going to activate this sync, and it's going to show me the first step, sign into API Nation. Pretty easy. You can sign in. If you don't have an account, here's the link to create one at the top, or you can sign in with your Google account. I'm going to do that, sign right in with my Google. Great, now we're going to connect the apps. So first we're going to connect Google Contacts. Actually looks a lot like signing into Google. You're just going to choose your account and then just allow the connection. Great, now we're going to connect ActiveCampaign. A little bit different. I'm going to hit connect. It's going to ask me for three things: a label, a URL, a user URL, and a user key. The label is just the name of the connection. I usually just name it after myself. If you're managing multiple ActiveCampaign accounts and you're connecting them all to API Nation, then it's nice to have different names for them so you can manage them. But most people are just syncing one. So pretty straightforward. User URL, we're gonna go grab that from ActiveCampaign. So you're gonna wanna sign in there. You're gonna come down to the bottom where it says settings, and then you're gonna choose a developer, which is here in the middle. There it is, developer. Click on that, and that shows you the URL and the key. Just click this button on the far right to copy it. Come back to API Nation, hit Control V or Command V to paste it in there, and do the same thing with the key. Hit Control V or Command V. So again, that's just, click settings and then developer, and that gets you to these two items. And if you forget, we have instructions here. You can just click on that and it'll walk you through it. I'm gonna hit connect. So there we go. Google and ActiveCampaign are now connected. We're gonna set up the sync, so do a little pre-configuration here. And this is where that group, that label comes in. So it's asking who from Google Contacts do you want to send into ActiveCampaign. I set up that label called ActiveCampaign, so I'm going to use that. I want to send over everybody I add to that ActiveCampaign label. Like I said, you don't have to do it that way. You can just go with default, and it's just going to send over all your contacts from Google Contacts and Gmail into ActiveCampaign. But sometimes I like a little more control. And another option would be to set up a label in Google Contacts for every automation in ActiveCampaign. So then you can just pair them up and you can create a sync from, let's say buyers to my buyer automation, seller label in Google Contacts to my seller automation in ActiveCampaign. You could absolutely do that. But if I just want to sync over everybody and keep it nice and neat, I would choose that group. Sync all contacts on first run. That means if you have somebody in this group already, it's going to grab them and push them in, and it's going to continue to monitor and sync those into ActiveCampaign in the future. Where are they going to go? Totally up to you. Just choose the list. You can just send them into the default area, kind of just put them into the general population, or you can put him on a list. I'm going to put him in the new leads list. You can also assign them an automation. And you can also tag them. So maybe I want to tag these people with elephant, work, test, any of those tags that I've set up in ActiveCampaign. Last thing, choose your subscription. You can see the yearly plan is quite a bit cheaper. You can save quite a bit. You choose that over the monthly plan. Either way, totally up to you. I'm going to hit subscribe, and that creates the sync. We're going to do some final checks before we activate. We're sending people from that ActiveCampaign group into this list. If you wanted to filter them further by, something specific, maybe I only want to send over people from a certain company, so I can build kind of a company newsletter. Maybe I want to build an intra-company newsletter. I could do that. I would just write company contains, for me, I'd write API Nation, and then it's going to send everybody, whoever gets added to my Gmail who works at API Nation, it'll automatically build that and keep it up to date in ActiveCampaign, which is kind of nice. You can do company, job title. Maybe you want to do a zip code, and then you're just going to have a zip, kind of an area you're focused on for a certain automation. Or you can just clear this out and just send everybody over. You're also going to check the mapping. We do all this for you: email, mobile phone, first name, last name. This all looks good. I'm going to go to the top and activate the sync. Cool. So this sync is now up and running. So that's it. That's how you connect Google Contacts to ActiveCampaign. Now, anytime you add a contact, it'll get synced into ActiveCampaign. We set up this automation so it syncs as soon as you label it ActiveCampaign, but you could set up different labels. You can have it sync automatically without labeling. Whatever you would like, whatever's going to save you the most time and allow you to grow your business at a much quicker pace. If you have any questions or need any assistance, give us a phone call, shoot us an email. We're API Nation, connecting the world's applications. We love doing this stuff.